Will now present her with the certificate of completion of her Arangetram. This marks a momentous milestone in Vrinda's journey of learning and discovering the beauty of Bharatanatyam.
So we have this immense pleasure to be interacting with Professor Kanika Ahuja, and she needs to introduction. She is the principal of Sri Shri Ram College, and it was such an honor that Madam graced this event, Vrinda's dance performance, the solo dance performance, Bharatanatyam. And since Vrinda is a student of LSR College, and she goes into the college, then very proud to reach that Vrinda's grandfather, Mr. Mansur Vrinda, is also here. So, ma'am, you took out time from a very hectic schedule today to be here, to be lending a very vital support to your students who is now bringing laurels to not just her family, to her college, and in times to come she will definitely make the country proud. So, on this very momentous day, when we celebrate International Women's Day with all enthusiasm, what is your message and what is the biggest takeaway after seeing Vrinda's performance today?
We all saw what a beautiful and graceful performance with that age. I think as a mentor and somebody who is studying the institution, it's a privilege to see our students have such depth and yet they have the basic time. So not only in arts, culture, every sphere, in fact just yesterday when civil services results have been declared, 4 of our alums, 4 alums have gotten for civil services. So it fills my heart with immense pride and immense pleasure to come here and witness this magic on stage and to see such a lovely performance. I wish Vrinda all the best and generations of women will come and to take the name of the college forward, especially on the day of the women's absolutely important day of women's life.
And since you are the niche for yourself as professor of psychology and over 25 years of association with the LSR, and now since I think March 2025 you will be running of the affairs, you are the principal of this very prestigious college which is part of the Delhi University. So what is the role of the college per se in nurturing the cultural talents of children, your students?
One of the arguments of LSR is Lakshya Sadhana Rachna. So I would like to believe the platform that the college provides to our students, जिसमें लक्ष्य भी है, रचना भी है और साधना भी है. तीनों ही चीजें आर्ट्स में करने में बहुत important. So I think as a springboard, as a platform that college provides, it's not just in the world of academics and not just in the field of women leadership, but also a very special role in arts and culture.
My last question, ma'am. So that means when it comes to holistic development, so what is that very special role which LSR is playing, in ensuring that besides your academic excellence, that the student also excels holistically, because nowadays the emphasis is on holistic development?
I think the name of LSR, as I said, we talk about women's empowerment. We are looking at complete holistic growth of our students, both inside the classroom, outside the classroom. We are learning from whichever sources wherever possible. And most importantly, a privilege for our students, especially women and as women leaders, is to break all class ceilings, whether in the world of art, culture, dance, women's leadership operate wherever they go, they should stand with us.
Very well articulated, madam, and wishing everyone a very happy Women's Day. And there is no second thought that the story of New India, Viksit Bharat 2047, is incomplete unless and until we truly empower the women of our country. Thank you, madam. Interacting with Guru Ragini Chandrasekhar, and madam, such an honor. You are giving your very precious time, and let me, for the sake of the viewers today, state with so much of enthusiasm that it was an immense honor to be part of this very fabulous dance performance by Vrinda Malhotra, and to great extent the credit goes to her Guru Ragini Chandrasekhar ji and Vrinda's parents, because they have played a very pivotal role in not only encouraging her but also leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that she reaches this stage where she was able to give this solo performance, which in itself is a splendid feat.
Absolutely.
So, madam, first of all, heartiest congratulations
Thank you
for
so
adding
much.
another feather to your golden cap. So, as I begin this interaction with you, I want to understand that for a guru, the joy knows no bounds when they see their disciples, the ones that they have mentored, reaching to this level. And, while I was, my eyes were all glued to Vrinda's performance, the mesmerizing performance, I was spellbound. So was the entire packed house. And I was just gazing at them, and their looks, their expressions spoke 1,000 words. So, ma'am, first of all, I would like to understand from you that how has this journey been so far, all these years, and how many years you've been in, as a dance trainer, as an exponent of Bharatanatyam?
So I've been dancing from the time I was 3, so which is now 47 years. And I had my Arangetram in 1987 when I was just 10. So from then on to constantly being trained, being under the mentorship of great gurus, having the mother as the guru in the house was a very, very arduous. The tutelage was extremely exacting, because I could never remember a time when she was more of the mother and less of the guru. It was always more of the guru and less of the mother whenever we were in dance class. So, which is very actually different now when parents want a very, if I may use the word, very protected environment for their child. But we were brought up in the absolute rigors. I mean, if you did not practice, if you came to class without
Nothing came on a platter.
your lessons, if you came without revising your lessons, it was never the mother who reprimanded, it was always the guru. So that was the kind of atmosphere in which I grew up. And under her tutelage, under her umbrella, I began teaching almost about 20-25 years back. And the best part about it was that she was always there to guide how the teaching has to be taught. So nowadays what I find really lacking is people learn Bharatanatyam, they get trained for a couple of years and then they start teaching. So, जैसे कि हम कहते हैं, you have to have the fruit completely ripe in order for it to be sweet, in order for it to taste the best. You can't pluck it off from the tree before it's time and taste it. And that's very,
it has to be ripe enough.
Absolutely, and that's very, very true when it comes to either the disciple or, for that matter, even the acharya or the teacher.
With us, Vrinda Malhotra, and what a splendid performance we were all witness to today here at the India International Center. Vrinda, must say, we can't hold ourselves back today, that it was such an awesome performance. And you see, besides so many other people who were wonderstruck with your very awesome performance, the joy of your grandfather, our own very respected Shri Bansi Dhameja ji, knew no bounds. And it was so difficult, understanding the the different emotions that he was experiencing while you were on the stage. So while our eyes were glued towards your very mesmerizing performance, I was also taking a deep look into your grandfather's eyes, his emotions, his expressions. They spoke volumes about how proud he was feeling. And there is no second thought that there is no shortcut to success. 99% perseverance and 1% inspiration. So Vrinda, what inspired you to get into this avenue, this field?
I think how it happened was all destiny. But what inspired me was my guru. The way she has built the dancer in me, I think no one could have done that. Whoever I am, whatever performance happened today, I think it's all because of my guru. Of course, also because of the support I got from my family, my grandfather, my parents, my extended family, the way they supported me. I think it's a culmination of a lot of factors coming in together. But yes, my first gratitude that I would like to express would be to my guru, my parents, my grandfather, and everyone who's been there helping me, my friends, my academy. I think it's all that.
Wonderful. You know how beautifully you have summed up the entire thing. And of course, the first gratitude has to be offered to your guru, our revered gurus. And so, the first question that comes to mind is that how was it giving a first solo performance, and how nervous were you?
To be honest, I as a person have been confident, but yes, that nervousness is natural. It's something that everyone experiences. And interestingly, before you do an Arangetram, you have something called a Gajja Puja, which is Gajja meaning the bells. So you do a Ghungru Puja, sort of, where you perform the first half of the Margam that I performed today. And that happened last month, 8th of February, and I was nervous. I was like really fearful.
So that means a month ago.
A month ago. And I think fear really brings down a performer. And that happened to me also.
You're no exception.
I'm no exception, I'm a human. But the way my guru taught me not just dance, but the mindset of a dancer. I think that was my learning across this 1 month. It was not just about the practice, the technique, and the hours of rehearsals that we had. It was something which went beyond the dance class, where my guru taught me confidence. Her faith, her belief in me was the reason why I wasn't nervous today. Like people tell me, oh, there must have been one butterfly before you went on stage. I didn't
Not
do
today.
that.
Not today. Okay.
And I know it sounds unreal, but that's what my guru was able to impart. And I remember just 3 days back, we had our last rehearsal. And the rehearsal went off well. And I went and I said, Ma'am, how do I perform like this? How do I ensure that I don't get nervous and sort of, mess up? And she says, you're not nervous. You're just fine. And the minute she said that, I've been telling myself since yesterday, I'm just fine. And actually, before going on stage, I was just fine. So I think no nervousness today, touch wood.
So that means it's all in the mind.
It's
so once when you've conquered all those fears, so I think then everything is conquered. So now you see, you said that you had no butterflies in your stomach today, and everything went as per your expectation and as per the advice given to you by your guru. But then the $1 million thing is, when it comes to such a dance performance, it is incomplete without riyas, the practice. So how important, or what is the message that you would like to impart to youngsters? We have a youngster here, and what is the message you would like to give to countless of youngsters, that how much emphasis should they give on riyas, on practice? Because practice makes a man perfect at the end of the day.
It was all practice. There was nothing other than practice. I think yeah, there was just practice. Nothing more, nothing less. And it is with practice that even your mindset becomes calmer. But at the same time, you even practice your mindset. You practice even to be calm. So there is nothing that can happen without practice. You ask my guru, the amount of rehearsals we had, the way I think she taught me how to practice is also something which gurus don't do today, unfortunately. So I think, of course, practice, yes.
So that means your guru went that extra mile and left no stone unturned in ensuring that you give your 101% and then, leave everyone spellbound.
In fact, she told me just one thing, something like Nishkam Kar. What about what the audience would think, leave them spellbound, doesn't matter. She just told me focus on your
Be your
practice.
natural self.
And whatever you focus on grows. So that was the biggest learning for me, to focus on Bharatanatyam, my connect with that, my connect with my guru. Today it was just a reflection of that. It wasn't a performance to me, it was an offering to my guru, to my grandfather up there, to my family, to also the divine energy that was guiding me, that has always been there with me. I think it was not a performance to me, that wasn't the intent. It was an offering, and yes, practice is important, but so are blessings.
So last two questions, So, what is that special role or the sacrifices that your parents have made in you reaching to this level where you've been able to give a solo performance and in front of a packed house?
I think my parents did it all. They were the ones who put me in the dance class in the first place.
How did that happen? Because viewers will really be very interested to know who really pushed you.
What's interesting is probably I always had an inclination towards dance.
Indian classical dance.
Indian classical
And
dance.
why did you choose Bharatanatyam specifically?
Ragini ji, my guru, was somehow very close to our house. So I think it was just cards falling into place. And I don't know how Bharatanatyam happened, how it was my own, Ragini ji who came into my life, I don't know. But definitely there is something beyond us,
Some eternal force.
which just made it happen like that.
Very well articulated, very well said. So the last one is dedicated to your grandfather. What is the special role of your grandfather? Sir, we'll first hear from her, then of course it will be all yours. What is the special?
I think it all flows from the elders to the younger ones. His values, what he's taught us, what he's taught my mother, the fact that it's about focus. I think something I learned from my grandfather, how he's so positive and active all the time. And that I think has flown into my mother. I see that in my father a lot. The way they ensure that I'm smiling. Like parents are the best thing in the world who just want to see you smile. So that positivity I think flowed into my parents. I would also like to mention my grandmother, Srimati Vimla ji, my paternal grandmother.
I presume that your grandfather wrote a book also in her
Right.
memory.
Yes.
Man Ke Moti,
Correct.
which was a bestseller.
Right. Also, my paternal grandfather, Shri Anil Malhotra ji, my paternal grandmother, Veena Malhotra ji, they've been the pillars for me. And Anil Malhotra ji, my dadu, wherever he is up there, I know he was blessing me today. And his values are what have held us together. And my family, they have been
Rock
my
solid
pillars
support.
of strength, for sure.
So sir, over to you now. The last word.
Yeah, she said, something is there as destiny based on our karma. Bhagavad Gita. Karmanava adhikaraste maapanidu kalata. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, you have got only right to perform actions, but the results are not in your control. Results depends upon so many other factors. how I understand that, even if Arjun would have tried to kill Dronacharya, the arrow may not hit him. Something else will come in between. So the result depends upon the Almighty. Karma we have to do. And एक चीज और मैं जरूर कहना चाहूंगा, भगवान कृष्ण की बात कर रहा हूं. अर्जुन भगवान कृष्ण से पूछते हैं, एक योगी है, सारी उम्र कर्म करता रहा, योग अभ्यास करता रहा, अंत में आके विचलित हो गया और ही कुड नॉट अचीव द ड्रीम. तो वो तो कहते हैं ही इज जस्ट लाइक अ क्लाउड गैदरिंग नो वैल्यूज. देन भगवान कृष्ण सेज नथिंग गोज वेस्ट. As per his karma, that yogi will stay in upper heavens, as per his karma or decision, and thereafter he will take a birth in a family where he will recall, he will be among the learned people, the pundits, affluents, and then he will recall all that what he has done and he will start his journey further. So what I understand from this is not only for a yogi, it's for everyone.
This holds true for everyone.
Everyone.
A universal truth.
Universal truth, whatever you try to pursue, whatever you face and remains unaccomplished, the God will create a situation and you will get that and you will fall.
Excellent.
Maybe a terrorist,
So
maybe
well said.
a warrior, maybe an academic, maybe a dharam guru, maybe a dancer like her. So this is what I feel, even I feel. To be very frank, I have no hesitation in saying that I feel blessed because maybe some past deeds that I got such a wonderful family. I get wonderful people in my life, like you,
Sir.
and life partner,
Yes.
bache, all God's grace.
All God's grace. So, summing up the entire thing, Vrinda, along with her grandfather and so many in the audience today who were there to motivate her, to cheer her, and you could not have asked for more because it was truly a very rewarding moment, a very blissful moment, and coming at a day, at an occasion when International Women's Day is celebrated with all enthusiasm and with immense joy the world over. So, what is your message on Women's Day today?
I think every woman is a hero or heroine in her own way. We have our own ways. To me, it is through my arts, through performing arts, through dance, through probably encouraging the classical culture in our country. And I hope that one day I'm actually able to do that. But at the same time, to each woman, there's a lot of pressure to be a mother. She's a daughter, she's a wife, she's a student, she's also working. So there are a lot of responsibilities that come with it. But probably the essence of a woman is also the reflectivity that we've been blessed with. Not to again put any stereotypes on that, but the fact that we as human beings should also somewhere, I feel, move beyond gender. And as rightly, it's always said, all of us have an Atman in us, which should eventually lead us to the Brahman, whether I talk about Advaita philosophy. So I think moving beyond the prescribed roles is also something that we need to work on.
Very well said, and they are real pearls of wisdom coming from a youngster like you, and it means a lot. And then you today, Vrinda, have not only made your parents proud, your family proud, your college proud, but please note my words, in the times to come you will make the entire country proud. God bless you, and thank you so much.